My name is Alex, and what I'm about to share still feels unreal, like a slow-burn nightmare that turned into the greatest justice I have ever witnessed. People say never mess with nature, but someone in my neighborhood decided rules didn't apply to her, and she paid for it with $1 million. Let me take you back to where it began. Welcome back to my channel, HOA Stories. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Now, let's dive into the story. This house, it's not just walls and a roof. It's the place my grandfather bought in 1980, a piece of family history. But the real pride of our home wasn't the brick, the paint, or even the memories inside. It was the backyard. Standing tall, wide, unshaken by time, a 200-year-old white oak tree. It existed long before the town, long before me, long before anyone here ever dreamed of living on this land. Its branches stretched like history itself, and every summer, the wind would hum softly through its leaves, like the past whispering stories only nature knew. That tree was our legacy, until she moved in. Linda, the newly elected HOA president. She walked like she owned the neighborhood, like we were all actors in her tiny personal kingdom. The type who loved shiny lawns, perfect fences, plastic perfection, and hated anything wild or real. Her first project as HOA president? A giant swimming pool. And, unfortunately, she built it right along my fence line. Then autumn came. Brown leaves drifted lazily in the breeze, and a few, literally a few, landed in her pool skimmer. To me, it was normal nature. To Linda, it was war. One morning she came to my door, fists like hammers, face red, voice louder than thunder. "That stupid tree of yours," she yelled. "I found 3 whole leaves in my pool today. Cut it down. Now." 3 leaves, not branches, not damage, just leaves. I stayed calm. I told her the truth, that the oak was protected by law, registered as a historical heritage tree. Cutting it wasn't just wrong, it was illegal. She glared at me with a smile that felt like poison. "I'm the HOA president. I make the rules." Her voice sharpened. "If you don't cut it, I will hire someone and take it down myself." I warned her plainly. "If you step 1 foot onto my property, that's trespassing. Do not touch my tree." She stormed off. I thought reason would stop her. I thought legality mattered. I thought humans wouldn't be reckless over something so small. I was wrong. 3 days later, while I sat in a work meeting, my phone buzzed. Backyard motion alert. Probably a squirrel, I thought, and ignored it. But when I drove home that afternoon, something felt wrong. The skyline, empty, unfamiliar. A piece of my world was missing. I ran to the backyard. My breath vanished. The giant oak lay slaughtered across the grass, branches torn like broken bones, stump raw and bleeding sap. The smell of fresh cut would fill the air, a smell that should have meant life, but now meant loss. And standing there, hands on hips, was Linda, laughing. "Yes, I finally got rid of that eyesore," she said proudly, as if she had done something heroic. "My pool will stay clean now. You can thank me later. I'll send you the bill." The world fell silent. I didn't shout, didn't grab her, didn't lose control. I recorded everything. Her standing on my land, the stump, the fallen trunk, every detail. I turned and walked inside. She mocked me as I left. "Cat got your tongue? Remember, I gave you a chance." She thought silence meant defeat. But silence was planning, because I wasn't calling the police. I was calling an arborist and a lawyer. For 2 days she strutted through the neighborhood, bragging like a queen who conquered an empire of leaves. She had no idea what storm she'd unleashed. The arborist measured the stump, counted rings, inspected the wood. His report confirmed everything. A healthy 200-year-old heritage white oak. My lawyer smiled, the kind of smile that means someone else's world is about to collapse. "Alex, replacing a tree like this? Nearly impossible," he said. "Base value, $80,000. My jaw tightened, but he kept going. "Because she trespassed with intent, damages are tripled. Timber trespass law." He slid the paper toward me. "That brings us to $240,000, and I'm not done." The roots had prevented soil erosion. Now I'd need retaining walls, another $50,000, plus removal costs, plus emotional damages, plus legal fees, plus punitive penalties. Final lawsuit total, just over $1 million. I told him, let's deliver the news in person. Sunday, HOA meeting. Linda at the podium, preaching about neighborhood standards. I pushed open the doors. They echoed like thunder. Heads turned. I walked straight down the aisle with a thick lawsuit binder in my hand. She smirked. Oh, look, it's the tree guy. Ready to pay for cleanup? I placed the binder on the table. You've been served. Confusion. Then reading. And then her face drained like ink fading in rain. You're suing me for $1 million? It was just a piece of wood. I leaned into the microphone. It was a protected heritage tree. You trespassed. That makes this a criminal act. She looked around, desperate. The HOA will cover this, right? I did this for the neighborhood. The treasurer stood instantly. No, Linda, you acted alone. We're not paying for your crime. She collapsed, sobbing, shaking, broken, powerless. The same woman who bragged about her authority, now begging for mercy she never gave. But justice isn't cheap. And karma? Karma collects. Court moved fast. The evidence was perfect. She lost everything. Filed bankruptcy. Sold her house. The house she thought she improved by destroying mine. And with settlement money, guess what I did? I planted 10 new oak saplings along the fence line. In time, they'll rise taller, stronger, older. Nature's answer to arrogance. Lyndon now lives in a small apartment across town. No yard, no pool, no power, no trees. She learned $1 million lesson, the kind only justice can teach. Because when you cut down history, history cuts back. If you enjoyed hearing justice served like this, stick around. There are more stories, more karma, more poetic endings. And this time, nature won. See you in the next one. Please subscribe my channel.